To most of us, it's just a familiar blue sticker on a grocery store shelf, a symbol of sunshine and a cheap snack. But for over a century, that tiny symbol represented a power that could move borders. The company behind it didn't just market fruit. They engineered empires and orchestrated the downfall of sovereign nations, giving birth to the chilling term, the Banana Republic. Long before the name Chiquita existed, they were feared as El Pulpo, which meant the octopus, a corporate giant whose tentacles reached into every railroad, port, and palace in Central America. In 1899, the United Fruit Company was born from a marriage of necessity between the Boston Fruit Company and railway tycoon Minor C. Keith. By merging shipping power with land ownership, they achieved near-total vertical integration. They didn't just grow bananas, no, they owned the railroads, the ports, and the telegraph lines. In countries like Guatemala and Honduras, they weren't just a business, they were a shadow government. This was the birth of the Banana Republic. Nations whose entire economies were structurally dependent on a single crop and the whims of a foreign corporation. Think about it like this. Your employer didn't just pay you, but they also owned your house, your grocery store, and the local police. In these countries, the corporation wasn't just in the country. The corporation was the country. The most infamous chapter took place in 1952, when then Guatemalan President Jacobo Arbenz passed Decree 900, attempting to redistribute 225,000 acres of unused United Fruit land to landless peasants. To Arbenz, Decree 900 was about breaking a feudal cycle. Redistributing 225,000 acres of dead land that United Fruit was leaving to rot would turn millions of starving peasants into independent farmers. Farmers who have the opportunity to take care of their own land, make their own profit, buy tools. Then the toolmaker can buy a house. This would mean that the country transforms to become self-sustaining rather than relying on a single corporation. But for the octopus, a middle class was a threat, because people with their own land are much harder to control. So, United Fruit fought back. Using its deep ties to the US government, which included CIA Director Allen Dulles, they launched a massive propaganda campaign, painting President Arbenz as a communist threat. The result was Operation PB Success, a CIA-backed military coup that ousted Arbenz and ushered in decades of brutal civil war, all to protect the company's bottom line. The controversy continued in Colombia. To protect its workers in the 90s, Chiquita admitted to paying $1.7 million to the AUC, a right-wing paramilitary group designated as a terrorist organization. While Chiquita claimed it was extortion, the US government saw it as funding terror. In 2007, they pled guilty and paid a $25 million fine. In 1984, the company officially rebranded to Chiquita Brands International in order to distance itself from the United Fruit name. Since then, they have pivoted toward corporate social responsibility and Rainforest Alliance certification. Today, their farms talk about biodiversity and water reduction, but activists point to the inherent strain of industrial monoculture, growing just one type of banana on a massive scale. You may not think that is such a bad idea, but think about it this way. Because every banana is a genetic twin. If a fungus kills one, it kills them all. We're looking at the potential extinction of the banana. Chiquita's journey is a textbook case of how a company can shape the world. Next time you see that blue sticker, remember, it represents a century of history that changed the map of the world forever.